Pretty cool feature over on ESPN.com right now from Mike Sando. You can spin the NFL quarterback carousel yourself by matching all the signal callers who could be available this season with the teams that are in the market. And with the click of a button, you can find out how likely that match is to take place. Yes, Johnny, tell him what he's won. Also on .com, Mike Sando teamed up with Clayton to predict the starting quarterbacks for all 32 NFL teams next season. Most on the list are not that shocking. Looks like the Patriots are going to stick with Tom Brady.
Shocker.
Yeah, while some other ones might raise a few eyebrows. To take a look at those intriguing QB team tandems, we welcome in a pair of Jeffs. Saturday, Darlington.
Yes.
To the 6. Let's start with the Browns. They've had 26 different starting quarterbacks, as we all know, since '99. Clayton and Sando have Jimmy Garoppolo going there. Will he be the answer Browns fans have been so long searching for, or the Browns going to pony up Jeff Saturday?
The Browns, even with Garoppolo, are not going to pony up right away. So,
the pick. Because Tom Curran is saying that the Patriots need to be blown away to give him up.
Yeah.
They give up the pick to get him.
Yeah, my issue with that is they have so many holes in their team.
Okay.
Why, how much do you want to leverage for it? If you felt like you were just the quarterback away, I would understand it, right? You have Hoyer there who can kind of just manage whatever you're going to do for the next year or so, but continue to add players to your squad. You need players. You got to have them. Again, do I think Garoppolo could go play for them and be effective? Absolutely, I do. But what are you leveraging as a football team to get it? Again, if you're right there, I understand it, but maybe you can find one in the draft, a Dak Prescott-esque type player. Absolutely. And 26 times
wasn't looking for him.
Yeah, and 26 times they failed at it. But I'm just saying, you never know, right?
But I'm not convinced that it's going to take breaking the bank to get Garoppolo. I think that's a little bit of the narrative that we have created because of the way New England does it. I spent a lot of time in New England, and they like Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
I think that they believe Brissett could just as easily be the backup quarterback there and potentially groomed for the future. So
it might not take the 12th pick.
I think that's what I'm saying. I don't think it'll take that much.
Okay.
But
and here's the other risk of it, and this is what no one wants to talk about. Even with Garoppolo, though, I like it, right? Everybody's excited about him. Everybody's pumped up about him. He played 2 games and was hurt. Right? Like Tom Brady. Tom Brady has played a lot of football injury-free.
Yeah.
We get 2 that have come in there. Didn't take them 4 games to be banged up and pretty hurt up, right? So again, maybe roll it back at how much you want to get.
Well, you know what it is? It's a quarterback's league, so a lot of people willing to roll the dice regardless.
Sure.
All right, Jeff Darlington.
Yeah.
Okay, since I have to say which Jeff.
Yeah.
Tony Romo, Wally pipped in Dallas by Dak Prescott. Do you think Tony Romo could maybe continue his career in Denver?
So I was heavy. I spent a lot of time in Dallas this season, was heavy as soon as this was all unfolding that he was going to wind up with the Denver Broncos. Now I'm hedging. I think that Houston is a better fit, and I'm going to leave that one to Jeff to explain because we were talking a little earlier. But I will say I talked to somebody with the Denver Broncos, and they said this is very different. People want to make the comparison to Peyton Manning. This is very different within the building. When it was with Peyton, they were watching closely to see when he got released because they were ready to jump on that as quickly as possible. They were all in. The vibe isn't the same with Tony Romo there. It's if he does get released, we're going to go ahead and evaluate this. I'm not saying it won't happen, but I will say that they still feel like Trevor Siemian is there. They still feel like Paxton Lynch is there. I don't think they feel as desperate, perhaps, as they did.
Is it because Romo's injury history is more extensive? Sorry, did I take your answer?
Line. Well, I'm just
think about their offensive line. They can't run it. They definitely can't protect you from a quarterback perspective. So you've got a guy who's been banged up, only played a couple games in 26 games.
Probably won't come cheap either.
Exactly. And now you're bringing them in. And again, this is another situation where, to me, Houston is a much better fit for Romo personally because you have a great defense. You have a good offensive line. You have a very good run. You got Bill O'Brien who will protect you and you understand what you need.
Yeah.
You got Hopkins, you got Fuller, right? You brought Lamar in last year from the Dolphins. So you have all. They are there. Think about it. They've won that division 2 years in a row with a got a shot at the real thing. I do not think you have that in Denver, because I think he'll be hurt there.
And most importantly, stay upright, right?
Exactly.
All right, so now you got Kirk Cousins looking like he's getting the franchise tag. There seems to be a disagreement on his value, the contract value overall when it comes to him in Washington. I'm seeing reports and rumors or whatever that he could end up being traded to San Francisco. her team reunited with Kyle Shanahan, maybe something
Or
like
the Shanahan, since
Oh, the
Mike
yeah,
Shanahan.
exactly.
I see.
You know, but like the 17th, second overall pick swap. What are you hearing about the possibility of Kirk Cousins being moved out of Washington?
I think he winds up staying in Washington personally. I think that they will wind up franchise tagging him, keeping him there for another year, working toward the long-term deal after they tag him this time around. But yes, a tag and trade is definitely on the table. I think it would take a boatload to get him, though, in San Francisco. It would be a great fit for Kyle Shanahan. Does he want to break the bank this early and get his franchise quarterback? I'd imagine he wants to do it sooner than later. But we talked about Garoppolo breaking the bank. I think Kirk Cousins is the one that breaks the bank in that regard.
I couldn't agree with you more. And here's the thing about Cousins. Everybody wants to take a knock at him, right? It's his third year. He hasn't won big games.
Not
all
everybody.
this kind of
Some
stuff.
say he's better than Cam Newton.
Exactly. I heard that. I had to argue that point as well. But here's
Certainly
your
is
point with
fan
him. If for some reason it didn't work out with he in Washington, there's 25 teams who want Kirk
100%.
Cousins. I mean, you know what I mean? So like don't sleep on how people look at him in the league. They know he can play. He'd fit in a lot of different places. So if it's a sign and trade deal, it wouldn't have to be just San Fran, which again would be a perfect fit. But he's a good football player anywhere he goes.
Only behind Dak Prescott, Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, and total QBR over the last 2 seasons, to your point about Kirk Cousins.
Unbelievable.
So, but you're only as funky as your last cut. Remember that Giants game. That's Appreciate the Jeffs.
Yes, thank you.
Next up, we're going hard in the paint.